Keep expecting miracles. I'm Melissa.
And I'm Jessica.
Hi guys, we're back with another episode. We're so excited. Yay.
Yes.
I feel like I always laugh at the beginning, which is like annoying to me, but
Yeah.
how are
It's
you
mine
doing?
is nervous laughter. Yeah. I'm
That's what it
good.
is. That's what it is.
Yeah. I'm good. I'm good. I'm sipping on the hibiscus drink like we were talking about last episode. I was like, you know what? I made some of my lemonade to sell. And so I was like, let me go ahead and make some extra so I could have at home and drink throughout the week. So I have that available and it's making me feel so good. How are you?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. Today was a long day. I was able to make a to-do list and check most of the things off, so I felt good about that. But today was good. We're just making holiday plans. They're coming up, so I'm excited about spending time with my family for the holidays. And excited, but there's also like mm, behind it, of course. It's
Yeah.
family. So, but yeah, I'm good. We're recording,
Yeah.
so I'm good.
Yes. Therapy session.
I know, right? It's so funny.
It's
It's
time to feed the soul.
feed the soul, soul nourishing. That's what this is, soul
Yes.
nourishing.
Yes.
But yes, let's get right into it. Our this is our third episode, and we're excited to bring more and more content to you guys. We are going to go right into our first segment, which is the I am segment, and that segment represents us and our full divinity. It could be topics about self care, topics about how we maintain our divinity, just our divine, our just divineness, just staying spiritually connected, and just our experiences with that. So today's topic is celebrating yourself.
And you do a wonderful job with that. So
Oh,
I
yeah.
want you to tell me and the people, teach me, please. Lead by example. How do you celebrate yourself?
Well, I think it comes naturally to me because I am a Taurus, April Taurus in the house. And everybody loves Taurus season. Everybody loves us,
Yes.
I feel like, but toot toot. But everybody loves Taurus season because I feel like you just naturally want to eat good. You want to go on vacation or go somewhere nice and have nice things, and you naturally want to treat yourself. So of course, if it's our birthday, it's just like multiplied times 10. So, but for some reason I've always had really good birthdays, so I
Mm.
just picked it up, from childhood. Like my mom and dad always gave me like really big celebrations. I remember, I think I was in first grade, I had pony rides at my house. Like I had
Oh,
ponies.
shoot. What?
I had ponies come to my house, and I had pony rides in my backyard.
Wow.
I know.
Okay.
I know. So I've always had, I can remember like when I was in middle school, I think it was like my 13th birthday, rented a limo. We went, like, took my friends, we stayed at
I'm
a
sorry, you said
hotel.
13.
Yeah, at
13. Okay.
13, we rented a limo and we had a sleepover. Me and my friends, we went in the limo from where we lived at, and like we all met up at a location, and we stayed at a really nice hotel at the Baltimore Harbor in Baltimore,
Mm.
and we just had a like, yeah, I've had
Wow.
really good birthday. But the thing is like my mom would get these ideas from other people having birthday parties. So because I specifically remember like that was the thing to do, to have like a sleepover at a hotel room.
Hmm.
um yeah, so it just carried over for me as an adult. Like I I share birthday month with my husband and my daughter
Ooh.
now. So thank God my birthday is at the end of the month. So I can celebrate myself by myself. But
Mhm.
usually what I love to do is to just go on a trip, go on a nice trip, go out of town. Um, my last probably 10 years of birthdays have been I've lived away from my friends, and I've had people come and visit me. I've gone to Chicago, I've gone to Cancun, I've gone to different places, but my favorite thing to do for my birthday is to literally go to the spa. Like by myself, no one there. Maybe Donnell, maybe my husband. That's it. Like good food. I want to go be at the spa all day. I want to have some type of seafood all day, eating shrimp cocktail, lobster, crab legs,
Okay.
something.
Mhm.
And I want to have good
Oysters.
oysters. I want to have good drinks. And I wanna
Mhm.
have on nice clothes, like, I love having on a pretty like, obviously, my hair is gonna be done, like, I wanna have nice things on and just look pretty and just
Yeah.
so
Yes.
just
Look,
Jessica's
I
looking at
mean,
me.
no, I mean, look, I love that because I mean, as you know, I had to learn how to celebrate myself. My mom, she also gave me really nice birthdays. It wasn't pony rides and nothing, but it was still like, theme parks, getting family together. Like it was
Yeah,
still very enjoyable for me
yeah.
until um until it was time for me to celebrate me.
Mm,
Then things kind of went downhill because I'm like, okay, well, who's gonna plan my birthday? Who's gonna do it? Okay, nobody's doing it.
that's my number 1 rule. You have to plan your own birthdays. You have to.
Yes, you do. And I'm
You
like,
have
wait,
to.
why isn't anybody doing it? Mom, like, well, you're of age now. I don't have to plan your birthday for you. You do what you want to do. Well,
Yeah,
I don't know what I want to do.
yeah,
I thought somebody was gonna do it for me.
yeah.
And yeah, that wasn't okay. You and another friend of mine always plan your birthdays and
Mhm,
make it, like as grandiose as you want it to be.
mhm.
And I find that it inspired me to take my own joy and happiness of celebrating myself into my own hands, not waiting for someone to do it.
Right,
So then
right.
when I am celebrated by others, I'm like, oh wow, this is really nice too. And it's that's also like it's attracting that you're making putting
Exactly.
yourself in that frequency to continue getting the celebrations from the people that you wanted to be from.
Yeah, yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, that's my number 1 rule. Like the birthdays that I've had probably as an adult that I did not plan, I did not like. So I'm just like, okay, what's a way to not have that happening and just plan your own birthdays. Be in control. Like what you want to do for your birthday. If you want to have people around you or not.
Right.
You might not know where you want to go out to eat or what you want to do, but you can still set the tone and people can fill in the gaps. But that's the number 1 rule. Plan your own birthday. No one is going to celebrate you more than you. Point blank and period. Like
Yes.
you have to celebrate yourself first, and then
Yes.
people will follow suit. People will treat you as you treat yourself.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, that's just like RuPaul's saying, can't nobody, how you gonna love somebody if you don't love yourself?
Mm.
He
Yeah.
I love that he shares that with everybody on his show.
Yes.
Like you have to show other people like this is how I take care of myself. These are my standards. This is what I want to
Mhm.
do. You can come or you and that's how I am for my birthdays. Because I think people get caught up in, well, I don't know if people are gonna come. I don't care if
Yes.
people come. Like this is my birthday. I'm doing what I want to
Yeah.
do. When
Mhm.
I went to, it was so funny when I planned to go to Cancun 2 years ago. I literally did not care if not one person came. I in my
Mhm.
mind was still gonna go. because that was what I wanted to do. Like I wasn't so caught up in other people's. I think a lot of people they get caught up in, well, I don't know if this person can come. I don't know if this person can come. Like if they can, they can. If they can't, they can't. Like you're gonna be disappointed every single year on your birthday if you're worried about other people. So
But
yeah,
see, look, I know some people can relate because it's like, well, I mean, I guess you can put off your schedule and come out and buy a gift for little old me. But no, I mean, I want you to come, but if you can't, it's okay because it's just me. Like, you don't have to. I want you to be there, but if you don't want to be there, it's okay.
yeah,
Which
yeah.
doesn't it's that is a very self-defeating
It is.
um type of thought process.
It
But
is.
yeah, that's the thought process I had for a long time. And so then I went from not planning anything to planning birthday weeks and having 3 and 4
Mhm.
part birthday celebrations. Like
Mhm.
we're doing something with the family and then with this family and then with these friends and then my other group of friends. And
Yeah,
and
that's
I'm
a
having 4 birthday cakes.
well, and then also too, I think that that takes a lot of pressure off of you. It takes pressure off of other people too. Like when you have multiple celebrations, like you're with your friends, so your friends know it's just gonna be y'all. You're with your family knows it's just gonna be y'all. And the same with
Right.
you, like when you're just with your family, like, okay, I don't have to worry about entertaining my friends. When I'm
Mhm.
with my friends, I don't have to worry about my family. Oh, I love that. I used to have
Yes.
see, I've toned myself down now that I've had to share my birthday month with my husband and my child. I
Oh.
have toned myself down because I used to have whole birthday weeks too. Like first
Mhm.
of all, I think the whole month of April is my birthday month. But I used to do weeks, and I girl, fabulous. Go out to eat with
Mhm.
these people. Do this on this day. We going here. We going there. I'm wearing nice new clothes every single day. It is my.
Mhm.
I'm wearing sashes. I'm extra, very very extra, and I think you should be.
As you should be.
Yes, yes,
Yeah, because no one else is going to put you there. You have to put yourself there,
right, exactly, exactly.
and I see nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, and it's important now that we have daughters that
Mhm.
we Celeb teach them how to celebrate themselves.
Yeah. Mhm.
I love
Yeah.
what you do with justice when Alina's not old enough for like boo grams or something like candy grams at school, but like teach your kids to send themselves a boo gram, a candy
Mhm.
gram. Like don't
Yeah.
have them waiting on somebody else to send them something. You sent it to yourself. And yep, I
Yes.
sent this to myself. Now I get to eat it. I love it.
Right. Look, I want to tell everybody what you're talking about. So, my daughter for Halloween, they were giving out candy grams. So it's just a little baggie of candy with a little Halloween themed note on there. And she was like, "Oh, I just need $4, mom, because I'm sending it to 4 of my friends." I was like, "Okay, well, here's 5, so you can send one to yourself too." And
Uh-huh.
she was like, "No, my friends are going to get one for me." I was like, they might. We don't know their pockets. We don't know if their parents have the money to do it. They probably want to. What if they decide, okay, I'm not going to send it to you. I'm going to send it to another friend instead.
Mhm.
So I was like, you don't know what can happen. Make sure you have what you want for yourself first.
Mhm.
And then
Mhm.
we went into talking about like when you're buying gifts for someone, if you're going birthday shopping, Christmas shopping, buy
Mhm.
something for yourself to make it feel enjoyable. You
Mhm.
want to be feeling good while you're giving to others, and you feel good when you know that you and yourself is taken care of.
Mhm.
And
Mhm. There's nothing wrong with that.
again, yeah, nothing wrong with it at all. Nothing wrong with it at all.
And
And yeah.
and I think I don't want people to misconstrue what we're talking about. Because
Hmm.
my husband is very big on giving. He loves Christmas because it's about the giving of the gifts. I mean, now
Hmm.
I'm obviously switching to a totally different holiday, but and we teach our kids to give, but we're coming from a standpoint of people, women, mothers that give too much of themselves, give to
Yes.
everybody else, give to their husbands, their kids, their jobs, their volunteer work, political agendas. We're in book clubs, we're in this, we're in that, we're in the chamber of like we are constantly giving to our extended family members. We're constantly answering questions, scheduling stuff for other people, doing things like this is we had to learn some most and I still have to learn this too. Is like we have to give back to ourselves, and celebrating yourself, especially on your birthday, it's not selfish. It's not selfish. It is not at all. No.
And I think also making a point, if when your birthday is around the same time as your kids or your spouses,
Mm-hmm.
you're running around like a chicken with her head cut off, planning
Yeah.
everybody else's birthdays and forgetting about yourself.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's you have to put we're just saying that you have to put yourself on that list as well. You
Yes.
cannot forget about you,
Yes.
because
Yes.
nothing that doesn't feed it takes away from the joy that even the family will feel, because I mean, I've been there where I just get upset, like, oh, like no one really did anything for me, or this isn't really what I was looking for. I thought that I would get more. But you can't expect you from other people,
No.
even if they are your kids and spouse.
Right.
Even if they are your parents or whatever, like you do have to set your own expectations within yourself.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. That's exactly right. I mean, we all know people. I mean, like you said, you've experienced it yourself that, their birthday will come around and they're just like, "Oh, I don't know what I might be doing this or I don't know." And then the week comes and then the day comes and then they're just sad because they did not plan anything, and it's just like, "Well,
Hmm.
I don't know what to tell you. Happy birthday." you
Right.
know.
Right.
It's like,
Right.
yeah. I mean, and it
Hmm.
happens. I can't say that for my birthday this year, I had a 2-month old. But when Alina was born, I had a freaking 3-week old.
Mm.
So of course those birthdays like this year and then that year, very low key.
Yeah.
But Donnell knows if it's low key, if I have a low key birthday, I better be eating something good. Like I need to have some crab legs. Like I
Hmm.
need to have a breakfast in bed. I need to, obviously my gifts. My gifts don't have to be low key. I ain't going nowhere. I ain't doing nothing, but I need my gifts. Like
Right.
he knows that like Alyssa's birthday means that we there's still some things that are gonna happen. We're gonna have some type of seafood. We're gonna have so
Hmm.
there's still ways to celebrate yourself if you have doing low key. What do you like to eat? What do
Hmm.
so?
Hmm.
But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and one way I change that around for myself is by journaling, putting it on paper, putting myself on paper like I would do for the kids or for my
Mm-hmm.
husband.
Uh-huh.
Okay, the birthday is on this date. What are we doing? How do we want to feel?
Yeah.
What does this person like? And I wrote about
Oh,
myself as if it was not me. And that's how I was able to just come up with the plans and separate, like, oh, I can do this, that, and the other. So yeah,
yeah.
that's a
That's awesome. That is helpful.
helpful
Yeah.
tool.
Yeah.
Hmm.
How do you want to feel? How do
Yeah.
you want to feel? Yeah, that is. I know. You don't always, and we're not talking about like having birthday parties and stuff because that can lead to a whole nother type of disappointment. But just like you said, how do I want to feel? What do I want to do? Like, what's
Hmm.
something that I've been wanting to do that I haven't gotten to do? Like, you should be able to do it,
Yes.
on your birthday if you properly plan. So,
Yes.
yeah, we want to encourage everybody to, and I mean, we're celebrating yourself, like you said, what you shared with your daughter. It doesn't even have to just be on your birthday. Like,
Hmm.
I, you know, love when people celebrate the wins that they have. They celebrate. I saw one of my friends just bought a house. Like that is to be celebrated. You should have a housewarming party. You should celebrate. I just bought a house. Like there's
Yes.
certain things that you have to commemorate. It is special to have rituals around certain accomplishments.
Hmm.
Um yeah. So,
It makes life fun.
yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like, that's our, I mean, for me, that's my ultimate goal. How much fun can I have? How good can this get?
Yes. 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 It's almost it's like I think about when a NFL team wins a Super Bowl, it's like a thing for them to be like, "We're going to Disney." They do actually go to Disney.
Hmm.
So it's just so funny that like there's Disney again, but it's just so funny
Yes.
that that's like we won the Super Bowl. Guess where we're going? To
Right.
Disney. Cuz it's
Right.
fun. It's a celebration. So,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But yes, that leads us into our next segment. I feel like this lady celebrates herself every single day. Like you just look at her and she screams celebration.
Hmm.
For our said what I said segment, it's our manifestation segment. We are still um waiting for we're not waiting. We want people to send in manifestation stories or anything that you want us to mention on the podcast that you're manifesting. We can read a story or read what you want to manifest. Email
Hmm.
us or send us an Instagram DM and we'll read it here on the podcast. It can be anonymous if you want to. So yeah, but we are going to talk about Tabitha Brown today for I Said What I Said. She's fabulous.
Yes.
We love her.
She is.
We're
Yes. And all of her
obsessed.
sayings. I know. May
Obsessed.
or may not be at Target on the same day of every product drop. Um,
Buying
yeah.
everything. Buying everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I may or may not have written in the journal, her journal,
Yeah.
when I was talking about that before.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she has been more open about her journey within the last like month.
Yes.
Her particularly manifesting her life
Hmm.
and how she did it. She's getting very specific with the tools that she's used
Hmm.
and just even with numbers like money she said like I usually don't talk about money but I'm willing to share this because I know people need to hear it. And I we all love Tabitha. So when she started dropping this stuff at Target, I'm like, I'm buying everything. Like, I want my whole
Hmm.
house to be Tabitha Brown because this is how I'm going to manifest. I'm manifesting just like Tabitha did. I'm going to use her journal. I'm going to use the stuff in the kitchen. I'm going to use this, like, girl, cups, mugs, pillows,
I
the
know.
clothes, like everything. It's like we're obsessed. But it's good. I
I
haven't tried the
know.
wine though. I haven't tried. I'm
Me
scared.
neither.
I'm
But
scared.
look, after watching that last video that we watched, The House, I believe
Uh-huh.
it's called, and she was talking about how her wine is made. Now, the reason that it's vegan,
Oh yeah,
because it's
vegan.
not made with fish bladder, that we didn't realize that wine was filtered through with fish
Yeah,
bladder
I'm still not
or
understanding that
lactose.
completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm like, I'm interested in trying her wine. I haven't seen it. I haven't, I just went to Target the other day. Um, I'll have to go back and look, but I've seen like all her other stuff is there,
Mhm.
and I still need to get my measuring cups. I
Yes,
still need
you
to get my
do.
measuring cups,
You
but
do.
she's so inspiring. The major thing that I took away from her, the major thing, which I mentioned it on another episode that we did,
Mhm.
is the fact that she talked about how she was holding back her gift,
Mm.
and because she was doing that, she was getting sick.
Mhm.
And when she said it on a few interviews that she's done. She's said it on many interviews. And
Mhm.
so I'm like, um, I thought about it to like how that relates to me and the way that the type of gift that she has, which is I relate to that. She's one of the first people that have gone public with the, her on a spiritual side, with how spiritual she is, and what that
Yes.
looks like for her.
Yes.
And so that
Because she
told
is a
me,
Christian. She is a Christian,
yes.
believes in God, and
Hmm.
she does talk about the gifts that she has on the spiritual in a spiritual sense. I just want to point that out.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, yes, and a lot, and she's just very clear and open about it. And I was like, "Whoa, people are still accepting her. Like, people, she's still getting brand deals. Like, I
Mhm.
honor her, or revere her even more. Like, I respect her even more for being as truthful as she has been."
Mhm.
And it's like, she knows that she's changing lives.
Yeah, she
Like,
is.
you can see it in the way, and I think because more and more people are telling her to, more and
Mhm.
more people are telling her, following her, more doors are opening for her. Like, she's just like, okay, I'm just going to continue being who I am and being truthful. And that really inspired me to be that way myself.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
love, and yeah, I love that.
Yeah. Well, I think the main takeaways for it, I feel like every time she has like a video or an interview or something, there's always good takeaways from it.
Hmm.
But the main ones for a long time for me was that she's always stressed like being herself.
Hmm.
She's wanted to be an actress in LA for a very long time, but of course she has an accent. She's, from the South. She has natural hair. Like, she would have to change a lot of who she is to fit certain molds and certain fit in certain boxes. And she has also been very open about being herself,
Yeah.
unapologetically. Like, I am going to be who I am no matter what, and this is it. Because, like you said,
Right.
like, she was getting sick, and I
Hmm.
think that's a point to live by. Like, I need to be who my and it's made me be more authentic with this podcast and just in my daily life with people. Like, this is who I am. This is what it's going to be. Like, I'm not going to dim my light. I'm not going to change who I am anymore. Like, I'm going to be open. And she said that, like, she had to be open. She had to, like, if you don't like it, then you just don't like it. And there's
Right.
millions of people that love her, like,
Hmm.
millions of people. So, but one of the things that she shared recently in a recent interview that she did, and the video, that most recent video that me and Jessica are referring to, is called Tabitha Brown Secrets to Manifesting the Life You Want. It's another person's show on YouTube. All you have to do is just type that into, it's not a podcast, it's a show on YouTube. Just type it into YouTube, Tabitha Brown Secrets to Manifesting the Life You Want. She shares that she was, before she got her first big brand deal with Whole Foods, her and her husband were broke. What was it, 2018?
Yeah, yeah. It was
2018?
just. Hmm.
She said they were
Yeah.
broke. She hadn't worked for 2 years because she was on disability. She was sick.
Hmm.
I still don't know what kind of sickness she had. I mean, we probably should read her book. We probably wouldn't know if we read the
Yes,
book,
girl.
but
Look, don't
she.
say that we didn't read it yet.
I know. We said we're obsessed with her and didn't even read the book. I'm like,
Right.
we want you to come on our podcast, Tabitha. We want to interview
Yes.
you. We're
Oh my
manifesting
gosh.
that during our manifestation segment. Tabitha Brown,
Yeah.
please come. Um,
I look forward to that. We should plan our questions.
yes, we should. But so one of the things, and I was so happy I had it on, and Donnell was in the room, so he heard it. So we're gonna do it. One of the things that she shared was her husband was the only person working, and they couldn't pay their bills. They, like, it was a big deal to even have a cell phone bill paid. Like, they didn't know what she was gonna do. What they were gonna do. So they sat down in their backyard, opened up their journals, and they just wrote down everything, like their wildest manifestation dreams. Like, wrote down every single thing that they wanted for that year. Like, she said she wanted to make $10,000. She said she wanted to be able to pay her cell phone bill. One of the things was that she wanted to retire her husband, and she has been able to do she literally all the things she's done. Like, she made
Mhm.
$10,000 that year. She obviously can pay her cell phone bill. She, has had so many brand deals that her husband is retired now. He retired 2 years ago.
Mhm.
He wrote down that he wanted to start a nonprofit. He has started that same nonprofit. It's a basketball nonprofit for youth, young boys. So it's just like, they couple manifestation. If you're able to manifest with somebody else, whether it's your friend, your partner, your husband, your wife, like, it's way more powerful. And
Mhm.
so I was like, we have to do that. So me and Donnell are gonna sit down and do it. I'm
Yes.
like, we have to do that. Because it works, and we have
Mhm.
manifested together, obviously, before, like, hello. But just being intentional with writing it down, I was like,
Yes, yes.
wow, yeah, I want to do that with
Mhm.
them. I want to do that. But yes.
Yeah, she reminded me to, cuz I actually haven't journaled in that way in a while.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
she reminded me to go back to that. And I'm thinking back even to when would write down my list. When you write it down, it's almost like a list of things to do.
Mhm.
And so it's like I'm sure scientifically it tells your brain, hey, this is the stuff that we need to do and we're going to get it done.
Yes. Yes.
Spiritually, it's happening. Like,
Exactly.
it's spiritually,
Exactly.
it's though the universe is going to conspire to bring you what you want, what you need, and
Yes.
it's on there.
Yes.
It's like you're basically making a plan for your future. It takes it from just a dream to a plan.
Yes.
Once it's down on paper. And I was the amount of times that I cried watching that episode, because it's not, I didn't cry out of, obviously it wasn't sadness, it was just the joy that I felt for her,
Mm.
that she is standing here in the public eye as a living testimony of, this is what can happen for you, because it happened to me,
It happened
because
to
I
me.
lived in my truth.
Yes.
Because when I heard, in my mind, God told me start making videos and nobody was watching them,
Mhm.
he said keep going.
Yep. She
And
said she
that's
was
what,
obedient. She was just obedient and kept making the
yes,
videos every
yes.
day. Every day.
She said she had what, 30 people watching or 30
30 people
views, and that
watching the live. 30 people watching the live.
yes. Yes. And it's so easy to, it's so easy to give up. But
Yeah.
that is that her sharing that all the time about, her manifesting, by also listening to what her next step should be, um is very inspiring to me. And
Mhm.
that's one of the major things with manifesting. It's like, okay, well, I'm putting this out here, here's my intention, this is what I'm bringing into my life.
Mhm.
Well, now what are these next steps going to be?
What are the next steps?
And
And
it's,
that's
yeah.
yeah, that's why manifestation is action based too.
Mhm.
It's not
Mhm.
just, saying you're going to do something. Like you said, you're writing it down, so it's a to-do list. It's action based.
Yep.
There's
Yep.
things that have to be put in place. You have to put in work to do it. But she just, oh my gosh, she's the best. She's the
Yes.
best. She's the
And
best.
you know what's crazy, Alyssa? Her style is not my style. Like the colors and
Yeah,
like the shapes and everything, but I
yeah.
really like it. I'm
You
like, I
really
don't
like
care if
it.
it doesn't match what I have in my house. I'm buying it because I'm making match.
Exactly.
Like, I have
Exactly.
avocado shaped bowls. Why? I don't know, because it's cute.
Because I'm like, it's Tabitha Brown. That's why.
It's look, let me go ahead and get this blessed my blessed cutlery, the Tabitha Brown collection.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's awesome. We definitely want to have her on the podcast. If
Yes.
anybody's listening that knows Tabitha or can send her our way, please do. We would love it.
Please.
We would love it. My mom would die too. All of our mom, both of our moms would die.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Mm.
Um, and so, I mean, it. Our next segment, I got an herb for that. I got an herb for
I
that.
got an herb for that.
Yes, that goes. It fits Tabitha too. We're gonna be talking
Yeah.
about cinnamon.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, warming, comforting spice herb that we both love. I love cinnamon.
Yes. Yes. I love cinnamon too. It's one of my favorites. It's really good. Flavor, good for flavor, good energetically,
Yeah.
also good medicinally.
Yes, yes. Well, we rediscover. I mean, we cinnamon is in a lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Desserts. Just growing up, like it's cinnamon toast crunch. Like there, we all French toast and pecan pie, and maybe not pecan pie. I mean, sweet potato pie, apple pie.
Mm-hmm.
Like cinnamon is. I mean, it's a lot. And we're coming up on the holidays now. Like cinnamon is a well known spice, but rediscovering it. It is an herb of the sun, so it is very warming. So those type of herbs are good for your heart and good for your blood. And with rediscovering it, as I learned about the different herbs, um, just I would just use it by itself. One of the classes that we both took together, cosmic herbalism class, the lady said she drinks like a cinnamon tea, just boiling the tea and drinking it. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna try that. That tea was so good. Literally just putting
Mm-hmm.
cinnamon sticks in water and boiling it. Sweet. Sweet. And it's like I'm like, I didn't know cinnamon was so sweet. Like by itself. You just put it in as a sweetener. So of course, that's what I use as a sweetener now. Like when I make oatmeal for my kids, cinnamon sticks. I don't put any sweeteners in it. That's how they get sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Um and so the health benefits of it though is just like wow. It lowers your blood pressure. Again, it's good for your heart. It's anti-inflammatory. It's antimicrobial. Um it's antifungal. I was just looking up the plant that I have behind me. I was just looking up. It has like some white stuff growing in the soil, and I was like, I don't know what the heck this is. Like, and the internet said just pour some cinnamon on it, and the white stuff will go
Mm-hmm.
away because it's antifungal. I'm like, what? Okay, that makes sense. Um, in a study that we found, a study that we saw, it says that it can lower. It's a lipid lower has a lipid lowering effect again in your blood, which means that lipids are fats. So it's basically a anti-cholesterol agent. Just so if somebody takes like anti-cholesterol medication, cinnamon can do it in only very small amounts. Like there's reasons why certain cultures don't have to take certain medications because they cook with these spices in their food regularly.
Yes.
They drink the tea. It's infused in their daily living. So the stuff is not foreign to them. They don't have to figure out like, oh, let me figure out how I can add this. Like it's in their daily, and it's something to be said about that, I think.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely. The I did see somewhere. I wish that I had the source for this, but it was a long time ago, where I read that there are certain cultures, as part of our cultures, or are some of them, that eat a lot of spices, and those spices are eaten with our foods because our bodies need it in the countries and the climates that our families had to live in. And so the food basically reflects what the bodies were needing. And, cinnamon is used what in chai,
Hmm.
um, It's used like that.
Mhm.
I have the cinnamon broomsticks that are sold for the holidays. I have two of them in my house that I keep in my house at all times.
That's definitely
Um,
witchy. That's definitely witchy.
yes,
My mom would
yes,
buy those too. My mom would buy those too when I was growing up. The whole
yeah.
house would smell like cinnamon. I need to get one.
Hmm.
You reminded
Yes,
me.
you do.
I need to get
Yes, you
one.
please get one. It smells so good. I know someone said in one of my online groups they were like, "Well, the smell is too strong. It's like making me sneeze." And I was like, "Just leave it outside of your door for like a day or two and then
Mhm.
bring it inside cuz it does lose its intensity and you kind of
Yeah.
just like end up not smelling it as much,
Over
but
time, yeah.
it's still really nice to have in your house. Yeah. And you reminded me
Yeah.
about putting in my plant because one of my snake plants that I overwatered, it has some stuff growing in it. And I was like, shoot, what do I do? And yeah, I need to put some cinnamon in there. But I love talking about how the plants also help you energetically.
Mhm.
And so cinnamon is one of those really nice. Cinnamon is like if you have too much of it, it can burn, right? Sort of like like the anger that burns within.
Mhm.
Um, so it's for me it's really good like if you're wanting to move yourself from anger into a more pleasant state of mind, or if maybe that anger is pleasant and where you want to be at that time, drinking cinnamon tea, having a cinnamon tincture, just smelling cinnamon essential oil,
Mhm.
um having cinnamon in some way is really good for that. um and also, you know um the using it for having just good energy throughout the home and good
Energy
energy
clearing. The
within
energy
your body.
clearing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like during the first of the month, it's a thing to take cinnamon powder and blow it into your home, right at your doorway, just to bring
Mm.
in good luck and abundance. One thing that I do is I actually sprinkle cinnamon around my doorway. So,
Oh, I
just
haven't
because of the way
tried
my
that.
doorway is shaped,
Yeah.
yeah, I sprinkle the cinnamon around. Not only is it great energetically, it's cleanses
Mhm.
the. I believe that it cleanses the people that are walking in. They're going to come into my home with
Mhm.
good vibrations, like in a good mood. Plus, it
Yeah.
helps to have a sign that says you're blessed when you walk in and blessed when you go out, right at the doorway
Yes.
too.
Yes.
Um, and so it also helps with pest control. Like the ants don't want to be in it.
It
So I'm
probably
like, well,
makes
they're
them
the,
too
the
hot.
the
Might
bugs
be
aren't
too
coming in.
might be too
Good
spicy.
stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, it's really good. But also, I don't know if you had covered medically that it's really great with controlling high blood sugar.
Oh,
So
no, I
it's
didn't say
a
that. Yeah.
helpful aid for people who have high blood sugar. But of course, with anything, with any herbs, if you're on medications for controlling your high blood sugar, taking cinnamon like on top of that in a way to control that, like for that same purpose, could end up being bad. So it's always best to consult a medical provider just to see how you should do what you should do to manage that. Also, even seeing a holistic practitioner
Yeah.
can help with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And,
I would say that.
and everybody knows you can get cinnamon everywhere,
Yeah.
um, and anywhere.
But to me, who has the
Hmm.
best cinnamon sticks, I love my Walmart brand cinnamon sticks. Those cinnamon sticks are so good. Like, I've tried buying other cinnamon sticks from other places, and it just doesn't taste good. Like,
Hmm.
they have a big pack of them, so it's a lot of them that comes in there, and then they're sweet. I'm
Mm.
like, it's Walmart. Are they sure this is? But it's the actual cinnamon stick.
Yeah.
But yeah, that it's
Well, they got to do something right.
yes. It was the article that I referenced that I found. It was so funny. I'm sorry. The article that I found, the name of the article is called "The Mystic Powers of Cinnamon." I was like,
Ooh.
"Ooh, that's so good." That's so funny because
Yes.
it is like you said, it's a multiplier of abundance. Another way that people use this cinnamon, I remember Adriana when we were in her class, she said that she lights it like she would light like a Palo Santo stick. You can light
Mhm.
it, even though it to me it seems like it doesn't burn. It goes out like as soon as you light it, but you can light it and do the energy clearing that way
Mhm.
for your altar, or have it on your altar, or sprinkle it around your altar. It just
Yeah.
it's a multiplier of abundance, like you said, good luck, or just a lot of people use it in money rituals because it
Mhm.
multiplies. It just like it's like pixie dust. Like, okay, let me put the cinnamon on it and just boosh, everything will
Yes.
become more abundant. So it will be good for manifestation rituals, and just put it on your journal after you write your manifestations down.
That's actually why I use it in two of my products that I make. My good energy tincture. It's
Mm.
the product is for making you feel energized, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when I was blending it, I was like, I like to blend things in threes, right? And so I was like, it needs something else. And I was like, you know what? It's good energy. It needs a little bit of cinnamon. So I added some cinnamon in there. And so now it really does just taste like the cinnamon like overpowers it.
Mm.
And so it just tastes like a cinnamon extract on its
Okay.
own,
Okay.
with plus giving you energy. And then my other tea blend, the blue chamomile, that one I added is, the tea tastes very much like chamomile,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm like, for some reason, for me, chamomile does not taste as great without cinnamon. It needs that
Oh,
little sprinkle of abundance and good luck that the
yeah.
cinnamon provides that
Yeah.
makes it, because chamomile's super sweet, like it's very sweet and gentle, and then the cinnamon like balances it out
Yeah. Yeah.
as a nice little spicy undertone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I love that. I love that. Well, that brings us into our next segment of witchy shit. Um what we're going to go right with the season of going inward for winter. Just with the cycles of our seasons of the earth, our cycles with our body, going inward, and what does that even mean? What does that look like? And how that can benefit us, and how we can take care of ourselves by going inward. Naturally, like during winter time, you bears hibernate. They gather all summer long, or they eat all summer long. I wouldn't say they gather. I think maybe that might be squirrels that gather that gather food, but the bears eat,
Mm.
squirrels gather food, because they know, like, when winter time comes, it's going to be too cold for me to be out here. Let me go in there and hibernate. Let me go in and rest. So this is what we should be doing. We should be aligning our schedules. We should be aligning our calendars, our work life, our businesses, to what's actually going on during
Yep.
during the seasons. That will make us
Yep.
happier. That will make us more spiritually fulfilled if we aligned with what the earth is doing, depending on where we live. Obviously, if we live in a hot climate, it's not about it being cold, but it's still about going inward. The trees are not producing, leaves like they normally would. Even in Arizona, like, you can tell when it's wintertime in Arizona. There's
Mm.
beautiful bougainvilleas, bright fuchsia bougainvilleas all around. Like, they bloom when it's cool, in a cooler temperature.
Oh.
So it's
Mm.
beautiful during the winter season. Um, so it's we all know, like, what the trees and the seasons look like at different times, but so it's, if we align ourselves um to what is going on, we would be a lot happier. I
Mhm.
think there's a lot of people that suffer from sad seasonal affective disorder. Like, they just get sad during the wintertime because it's naturally
Yeah.
dark outside. There's obviously daylight savings, so the days are shorter. But we're supposed to be going in. We're supposed to be spending time inside. Like, why are we packing our schedules with doing all this stuff? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, do you want to speak
Even
to that?
Yeah, even if you're someone who's I guess lonely, maybe lives by themselves, maybe doesn't have any kids, a spouse, maybe lives far away from family.
Mhm.
Um, when you mentioned um, feeling sad like that during the winter time, it makes me think of those people, that population of people. Um, even some people who are in transition or something, some people going through breakups during that time or
Yeah.
whatever's going
Well,
on. Like it's time to be intentional about how you use that time. If there's an intention for going inward, knowing, okay, this is what it's going to be like, knowing, okay, you know, I don't do so well during this time. Well, how can I use it to my advantage?
yes.
That
Yes.
is what that's the witchy shit segment that we're doing here when we're talking about going inward is alchemizing that energy.
Yes.
How do you now use this time, this energy to go within and create a better life for yourself? How
Yes.
do you become your best self while going inward?
Yes. Yes. I
Yeah.
I I totally agree, and that's what it is. It's transformation. It is alchemy. I mean, hello, like what other like we talked about just thinking about the bear and then the hibernation of the bear. It's like that is alchemy. Um,
Mhm.
it's the same thing with the caterpillar. Like you have to
Yeah.
go in and seclude yourself and so that you can transform. Um, and you know, a lot of people it's not the reason why I wanted to talk about it too is because the holidays are coming up. Like I said at the beginning of the pod, I was planning on being with my family. We're gonna be doing things that require us to be front facing and around a lot of people. But I would encourage people to intentionally try to balance your time. I mean, yes, we want to be around our family. We want to spend time together. We want to do holiday things and be out and do Christmas activities. But, be intentional with the balance of honoring yourself and honoring how you feel. If you get an
Yes.
invite and you just are like, you know what, something in my spirit is telling me I don't need to go, then don't go. You don't have to go just because it's Christmas time. If you
Always listen to that gut feeling.
Yes,
Mhm.
listen to yourself, honor yourself. And I think that's why so many people have a hard time because a lot of people they get the seasonal affective disorder because the sun is not out, it's not as sunny, especially like if you live in the northeast. Um and then they have to be out doing things with people.
Mhm.
Honor yourself and don't do anything. Don't but like you said, do things that like what can you alchemize, what can you move, how can you move the energy, what can you do, what can you create, if
Yeah.
it's baking, if it's pottery, if it's painting, if it's art, if it's creating stuff on social media, like what is it, how can you alchemize the energy that because there's energy there, and then hello, rest. Rest. Don't feel bad for sleeping.
Yes.
Don't feel bad for taking naps. Don't feel bad for taking if you don't feel like going to a holiday party, go to sleep early. Hello? Let's
Yes,
rest.
yes.
I'm a true tourist through and through. I
Exactly.
love me a nap. I love it. Okay? I highly
Yes.
recommend it. I highly recommend it. But yeah, as you prepare for this holiday season, we want to just encourage you guys to honor the season and rest. Go inward, take time for yourselves, and don't go against what's actually happening with the earth. Go with it.
Yes.
Go with
And
it.
that's the part about it being witchy shit because, in history, witches or women, and I'm sure even some men were involved, were chastised and killed because we knew when to use certain energies and what to do with it.
Yes.
So now is our
Yes.
time to be open and free about that.
Yes.
And when it's time for rest and you feel like you got to rest, you need to do it.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. I know I'm going to be resting. I'm telling other people I need to be doing the same exact thing. Because what I'll do, I'm very much guilty of it. I'll be like, oh, I'm not gonna do anything for the holidays. We're just gonna be low key, and then at the last minute, I'll just throw a curveball and do something that requires like so much of my energy. And I'm like, why the heck did I do that? Why did I sabotage myself? I said I wasn't gonna do too much, and then now all of a sudden I have all this stuff to do, and yeah, I need to listen to that myself. So,
Yeah, yeah. And one thing I'm gonna try is going to the sauna because I myself, I get like a mild case of sad.
mm,
And I find that because I really need the sun for my happiness to support me. And, I talked to you about that before. And so I was like, you know what? I started going to the sauna in the summer and I'm like, this might actually be what I need to just be able to sweat because
mm-hmm,
we don't sweat as much. Let me
mm-hmm,
speak for us in Florida. It is a very different lifestyle that we have. Once it gets colder, there are a lot of different activities that we don't like. Our bodies are not reacting the same way, like we can
yeah,
handle being outside in 95-degree weather and being drenched and we're fine. We feel good.
yeah,
Right. But then when the wintertime comes and, we don't get that, for me, that really does affect me. So
yeah.
I'm going to try going to the sauna.
Oh yeah, yeah. That would be good. Sweating it out. That would be really good. Yes. Well, that is all we have. If you liked this week's episode, please rate and review us. Leave a comment. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow us on Instagram. Follow us on TikTok. Um, we want to hear from you again. Please send in your manifestation stories of like how you manifest something, like what you did, what was the outcome, or if you are actively manifesting and you want us to share it on the podcast. We believe sharing it, the more people that listen to it, they make an agreement whether they think it or not. They're listening, so they're making an agreement in their mind. They're already supporting you in that manifestation. So we can actively manifest on this podcast. That's why we started it. Please send us those manifestations and give us a shout out. Say hello. That concludes this week's episode. Thank you. Bye, guys.